Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Irish Radio, I'm Jerry Byrne. Now, since lockdown and all the rest of it, I've been speaking to some of the great and the good of entertainment, charitable organisations, community organisations, and many more also. I've got a gentleman with a fascinating story. His dad is actually Frankie Prendergast, or Frankie and Wichita, incredibly well known. Spoke to Frankie a couple of weeks ago on the programme. And a gentleman highly regarded and highly renowned in music for many, many years in London and playing in the southeast area. Now, this is his son, Karl, I'm speaking to, who also played in Wichita for a couple of years. Karl, how are you? Great to speak to you.
Thanks a million for having me, Jeremy. I'm fine. All is well.
That's lovely. Listen, you grew up, needless to say, sort of steeped in music with your dad, and then you actually joined the band for a couple of years.
I did. My dad kind of was drumming for years in the band, and he had a bit of a personnel change, and he went playing guitar, and I got roped in on drums then to replace him. So I was in the band for about 2 years before I moved home to Ireland.
Right. Okay. And you moved back to Ireland. You moved back to County Cork.
Yeah, I moved back to Youghal, East Cork, just on the border with Waterford.
Right.
So my dad's family would be Tallow, County Waterford. So I kind of varied between Youghal and Tallow for a few years, but I settled in Youghal in the end.
Right. Okay. Okay. Was that a big step at the time? I mean, you were pretty young at that stage.
Yeah, I was 19. It was a massive step because at the time I was in the band with my dad, and I was actually working in London as well. And I just decided to up sticks and move home. I was always kind of drawn to coming home anyway, and I just decided I had enough of life in London and I wanted to try it over here. So the rest is history, as they say.
Well, you never looked back. Excellent stuff.
No.
Did you become involved in music in Ireland?
I did pretty much. I'd say within a month, 2 months, I was playing over here. With a local guy here in Youghal. We were doing a two-piece thing. I was playing keyboards actually. When I moved back, I ended up playing keyboards. So I've been doing that ever since then, really.
All right, excellent stuff. Well done, well done. Now, your latest venture, you've been involved in recording a song with some other of the great and the good. It's in order to help to raise publicity and to raise funds for Downs Syndrome Cork. Now, tell me this: what does Downs Syndrome Cork do?
They supply services and support for families with Down syndrome from like very early age, from birth, really, from occupational therapy, physiotherapy, speech therapy. Even social things down to coffee mornings and stuff like that. So a lot of the services would be really important.
Excellent. Sounds good. Now, you're involved in a song which has been done to sort of to publicise it and all the rest, and try to raise some funds. How did all this come about?
It was a couple of things really. Myself and a local guy here in Youghal, a friend of mine since we were young. We ended up going on a trip to Nashville back in February of this year. There was a gang of us, about 5 or 6 of us went over, just because we'd always want to. It was a trip of a lifetime, really. And we ended up meeting various musicians over there and kept in touch with a few. And then when we came home, the whole COVID thing kind of kicked in. And we decided we'd put something together just for online to kind of keep us busy. And then it turned into we'd do something for charity. And I have 2 kids, and my eldest daughter, Grace, has Down syndrome. So we decided we'd do it for Down Syndrome Cork then to raise funds for that. And it kind of snowballed. Then we got in touch with a girl called Casey Johns, who was a singer in Nashville, and asked her would she like to be involved. And we roped in a good few of the musician friends we have around the country, and we also roped in Mike Denver and Johnny Brady to do lead vocals. And the guy I did it with a guy called Richie Foley. His wife, Caroline Fraher, is a fine singer from Cove, and she ended up doing vocals on it as well. And various other musicians. So it turned into a great project to be involved in.
Indeed, and the song you recorded, I must say, sounds great. Calling Baton Rouge.
Thanks very much. It turned out well. We're very proud of it.
Indeed, it's absolutely excellent. So, your idea in recording the song was to try and publicise, the Downs Syndrome Cork, and in order to raise some money for Downs Syndrome Cork.
That's right. Yeah, October is what we call Down Syndrome Awareness Month. So every year in October we try and raise awareness for it, and just to make people aware of what's going on, and to try and bring more inclusion for people with Down syndrome into the community and stuff like that.
Right. That is absolutely excellent. Now, listen, if somebody wants to find out more about it or donate to it, you've got a Facebook page.
Well, Down Syndrome Cork have their own Facebook page, which is facebook.com/DS Cork. And then we have if they want to donate, it's idonate.ie/DS Cork 2020.
Right, excellent stuff. You just want to
they can see the video. We did a video as well with the song that includes some of the people with Down syndrome from the local community, and also my daughter and a couple of my cousins are all involved in it, and the various musicians, obviously, that were on the track as well.
Excellent. That'll be up. It's probably on Facebook and YouTube as well.
It is. That's right. Yeah.
Excellent. Well done. Well done on all of that. I mean, it was a mighty project to do. I assume that the vast majority of the work that had to be done on the recording of this had to be done remotely. I mean, it was in lockdown.
It was, yeah. Everybody kind of recorded their parts at home and kind of emailed them in, so it was all put together. Then I put it together at home, and then a friend of mine actually did the final mix. A guy called Barry Convoy. People might remember him from back in the day from a band called Big Generator and Royal Flush.
Indeed.
They used to tour London back years ago.
They did indeed. Remember them well.
So he did the final mix for me and the audio and stuff.
Right, excellent stuff. Well done. Well done at it all. It was it sounded like sort of a mammoth project, but fair play. Like about getting it all organised and getting it all through. It's quite a thing to do. And as I say, you had all the restrictions of the of the COVID and all those issues to deal with as well.
Yeah, but as people know, with lockdown and stuff, we were looking for things to do and keep us busy. And there's only so much painting you can do on the house.
Yes.
So, as musicians, we enjoy doing it. So.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. That is one thing actually from talking to all the various people at entertainment and seeing is some have taken up gardening with a vengeance, others have taken up cooking, others have taken up painting. Now, I reckon when all of this COVID thing is over, that I reckon it'd be well worth doing a tour of the houses and the gardens of the various people involved in music.
That's right. We'll all have show houses at the end of it.
Yes, indeed. So you've been doing that during lockdown. I mean, you're in the same boat as everybody else, Karl, involved in entertainment. Absolutely nothing since March. It was you'd obviously just come back from the US shortly before the lockdown in Ireland.
That's right. Yeah, I was back, and I'd say within about 4 weeks, everything had kind of kicked off then with COVID. So it's been quiet ever since, shall we say?
It certainly has. It's major changes. By the way, are you happy with the reaction so far from the single and the awareness of the project you're doing, like for awareness of Down syndrome?
I am. We've got a great reaction to the track and the video online. I think at the moment, as it stands, of talking to you, I think we're just hitting €3,000, €3,000, and it's only up 24 hours.
Wow, that is...
So we're doing very well.
That is fantastic.
But it all helps, and every penny kind of counts, small or large. So if anybody could donate, it's great.
Indeed. And it's once again, it's idonate.ie /DS Cork 2020, as in Downs Syndrome Cork 2020. If you can help out in any way, it would be appreciated. Karl, listen, it's been fascinating talking to you. And listen, I wish you all the luck in the world, all the success in the world with this. And, fingers crossed when it's safe to do so, you'll be back in action once again.
Perfect. Thanks a million, Jerry.
A real pleasure.
And thanks to all your listeners as well.
A real pleasure. Karl, thank you indeed. Lovely to speak to you.
You too.